Close enough. I'd like to call this meeting the Village Heap. I'm sorry. I'd like to call this council committee meetings. Today is August 2025, 6 o'clock. If you could stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Wolf.
Here.
Mrs. Stoner. Yes. Mr. Carpenter.
Here.
Mr. Nauer.
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Porter. Yes.
Acknowledge visitors. Okay. Any comments? Okay. The following legislations will be presented at the next regular meeting. First one is ordinance number 12-25. An ordinance to amend ordinance 32-24, 04-25, and 10-25 to provide for adjustment of the annual appropriation for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2025, and declaring an emergency. It will be a third reading. Resolution 25-18. A resolution to authorize the mayor of the village of Hebron or the mayor's agents to enter into an agreement with the environmental design group for the design of a multi-use trail project and a sidewalk connecting Canal Park to the softball complex. It will be second reading. But I would ask the council to adopt their legislation at the next regular meeting because the ODOT is pushing the consultant making design work. Next item, resolution 25-19. A resolution to authorize the mayor of the village of Hebron or the mayor's agents to enter into an agreement with TPD for certain professional engineering consulting services for the village of Hebron, specifically the roadway and stormwater collection system, water reclamation utility, and water utility engineering. It will be the first reading. Resolution 25-20. A resolution accepting the amounts and rates as determined by the Budget Commission and authorize the necessary tax levies and certifying them to the county auditor. It will be the first reading. Ordinance number 15-25, an ordinance directing the mayor of the village of Hebron to deposit donation received as a result of conducting marriages into the general fund of the village of Hebron, Ohio. It will be the first reading. Committee report. Under the public works, I have several items to provide updates because they all relate under the public works committee. Sugar Broadway Culvert Improvement Project. There are a lot of the behind the scenes work's been done. The contractor has submitted various shop drawings. For instance, the concrete culvert, the water line, and also the aggregates to be approved. The anticipated start date for that project is mid-September. Collection of recycling carts. Last Friday, we had the collection of recycling carts. We collected a total of 47 carts last Friday. We continue to get sporadic requests, so we will find it right time for another round of collection in the future. And I also asked a list of senior customers with the village. So we will try to reach out to the senior members to see if they will consider whether they want to keep the recycling cart or not. Canal Park, most of you may have seen that we moved the stones from Evans Park to border the bonfire pit. And as a matter of fact, the stones was originally from Canal Park. Those are the stones of the old canal. And 2025 roadway improvement project updates. We're looking at Sugar Broadway, Basin, and Newark Street. They have done some milling on Basin Street in front of the fire station. This really ties into the water line replacement in later. They also mill portion of the Sugar and Broadway where the existing water line is. So they can, when they come back next week, they can start replacing the water line and the lateral to the residential meters. In my home, sanitary line installation. They have, I think total they are installing 13 manholes during the phase one. They're pretty much done, anticipate completion date by the end of next week. At the same time, when they put in the sanitary line connecting the manhole, they're also installing the lateral to all the lots during the phase one. So they don't have to come back to put the lateral in there. So basically, sanitary will be complete by the end of next week. As you also noted that they are bringing in this stormwater piping right now, which they have staged an area right across the street from us. So that's the next phase. Well, I should take it back. They also have finished the basin number one, which is the big one along the street, and the basin number 2 and 3, which is down on the southern border of the project, where the lake is. The basin number 1 depth is about 16 feet deep. Same thing with the basin number 3, so it's fairly deep.
Buckeye Lake.
Yes,
That's true.
and remember the design has called for 100 years. And that's why the basin is that deep. They also, but I have not checked on the remaining part. They have built the overflow channel all the way to Christopher Court. I have not gone back to look at the remaining piece connecting where they stopped to Canal Road yet. So it'll be interesting to see they have finished that portion. Then we are also reviewing the phase 2 now, but in my home. So there are a lot of activities going on at the site. So we finished the sanitary for the phase 1. Storm is gonna come right in, and then the water will come right after that as well. Under the finance committee, I am going to just give you a brief outline. We have been asked, the departments have been asked to submit their wish budget for next year. The deadline is September 15th.
Yeah.
So
September 5th.
it's earlier than I thought. Okay. September 5th. Okay. After that, and Deb is going to send out an invitation to the finance committee. Maybe she will talk to the department heads to really fine tune the request of the budget, and then we'll sit down with the finance committee to go over each department's budget as well. Economic development, there's nothing there. Police committee, Chief, do you have anything?
I don't.
Okay, okay. Under the water wastewater committee, the first one is the source water protection and assessment plan. The council had approved the plan. We sent in the plan to the Ohio EPA. It's gonna take some time for them to get back to us. And then mayor had also able to connect with the chief of that surface water division. So hopefully we can get a momentum on that, and then we'll try to schedule the meeting to see what kind of recommendations, suggestions they will have with the source water protection plan. If there's if there are major changes, we will bring it back to council for consideration as well. Which I don't think there will be. The next one is Maple Broadway and Wooster Street water line. I think I gave you a quick update. They have really trenched the water line, current water line is. We've been told that they are also trying to locate the main connection between the Main Street and Maple Street. That's a piece they have located, and they have done that, I think, yesterday. Today, they were looking at other utility crossing of the water line. They're using the big vacuum machine plus the hose, trying to wash off and identify those lines as well. So they have also identified the laterals. So we should see a lot of work starting next week. The last item I have under the water wastewater is automatic backwash traveling bridge repair work. As I mentioned last in the regular council meeting, they have done the tear down work, meaning they have emptied the filtering system, and they also took out all the porous filters, and they have also vacuumed all the sand from a truck. So right now, the whole filter system is nothing is there, it's clean. And they did some minor repair work, so they're coming back on the 25th. Putting sand, the plates in, and then the sand. So before they fire the things back up, they will do the testing on the biological elements. And then we'll look at a mechanical element, which is a traveling bridge part. Hopefully everything goes well. And then they will test it. And I asked Tom, don't let him go until he is satisfied that filtering system works as he anticipates. So I will give you more update as we move along with this project. And there's nothing on personnel. Are there other discussions that any council wish? Yes.
I'd like to go back to the Public Works Committee, Canal Park,
Yeah.
bonfire pit
Yeah.
bordered with stones from Evans
Yeah.
Park. I'd like to see more definition of stones than that it is from the canal, because otherwise it's just gonna be stones.
Yes.
But there is a historical significance to both.
Yep.
Where they came from originally, and they went here, and then they're
Yeah,
there.
sure.
Now, admittedly, not too many people are gonna make off with stones. But on the other hand, if we don't know the significance of it, it's going to deteriorate the meaning of it. And I don't think that just saying stones is what we really wanna do. I think that it should be more definitive
Sure.
in saying its origin and really how they got there.
Okay.
And I'd like to see that done.
Absolutely. And
Like a plaque? Are you thinking of plaque?
That
Is that what
wouldn't
you
hurt.
mean? I'm just trying to
Yeah.
get a sense of how,
Well,
how we
it
might
could be
accomplish
at
that.
least in the minutes.
okay.
And I also think that I hadn't thought about a plaque, but I think that would be appropriate because fire attracts people, and they would come there and maybe one or two would even read it. And I think I like that addition, and I think that is important because, we scramble around worrying about the history and the history and the history, and well, here's a piece of it, and I don't think we should deny it.
Most of them are the sandstone where the culvert that goes underneath Canal Road in Cumberland. That's where they came from. We dug them out there, took them to Evans Park. We figured we'd use them sometime down the road.
True, sandstone is very porous and it's not gonna last forever. It's not like talking about granite. But nevertheless, it'll outlast all of us.
So they probably were part of the canal though, but you're saying.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were on the outskirts of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
There was a metal culvert in there when we started, and they were on the outskirts of it. That's where we dug them out of.
So my concern is that we not lose the stones.
Would you be willing to go take a photo of the place where they came from? And maybe the plaque could have like a source photo? Do you know what I'm asking about?
What's it called?
Yeah, there's
You
a
know the
lot of
culvert?
culverts in
No,
this
the
village.
one on, right in the corner of Canal Street, where you make the turn.
Yeah,
Right there where the culvert
Yeah.
was, that's.
Right where the
that's
sign's knocked down right now.
okay,
It's right there, right beside it was a metal. I think it was like 48-inch culvert in there
Okay.
one time, metal, and it rotted out. And then once we started digging, that's when we run into them. We took them out and saved them.
Okay.
Are there more of them? Or is that all there was?
No, I think there were more over at the Evans Park.
There was a bunch of them down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So what? We do something with those?
No, you can do,
We can do a lot.
you can
Well,
run
thank you,
benches
Ben.
through the
Yeah,
park or
yeah.
do all kinds of things.
But I think that, yes, you're right, it's very important to identify where the stones were originally coming from, absolutely.
With the, and when I say do something with them, when we put that new bike path down through there, that might be a nice rest area or whatever.
Oh, sure, absolutely,
They're just like the ones when you go into Heath on the right there.
that's correct,
Yeah, well, that's a lock
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
And I knew that there was no lock per se, in Hebron. But I knew like, Main and Basin, there was a bridge there, and I think if you look at the old photos, there are stones that go down through there because of the bridge.
somewhere I got pictures of right there, but on West Main, when we put that culvert in, it was actually rounded and laid up with bricks, but way back when. And
wow.
we got a few sandstones out of there too.
There's something that we can definitely look into, because the canal project funded by the ODA cannot address aesthetic issues. So we may utilize the village personnel down the road to really bring all these original stone back to Canal Park. Whether it's gonna be a bench or something, maybe
Yeah,
we can,
yeah.
we can be creative on that.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I was subbing in the schools, I would try to use the direction of and direct kids to understand a little bit, okay? And there wasn't a student in any of the classes who knew anything about the walk in Heath. I'd say, well, it goes right down, the highway, you go into town, and I've tried to make it as elementary as I could, which wasn't really easy when you're talking to kids who were not happy with having to learn anything. So, and I said, well, it's right next to the entrance to Kaiser. Well, Kaiser is long past its heyday, so they didn't know very much about that either. But it is just a signal that our history is being lost. And that's what I'm trying to do by suggesting this.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
it was just incredible. They had no geographic lines that I could hook onto in their head, because they, I don't know, they just ride along or sleep along or whatever, but they have no comprehension about history. Very, very minimal. And I have no clue how parents let that go. Well, they don't know either. That's the
I'd be
answer.
surprised if half of the kids could even point where Hebron was on the map.
Well, they probably don't know north from south on a map, that I can almost guarantee. It's amazing.
I
That,
duly noted, yeah, we'll work on that.
okay, I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yep. Any other topics? Any council member would like to discuss? Any visitor comments? If not, I would like to entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Well, why not? I like that entertainment part. I wonder what we're gonna have. I so moved that
I was
the
gonna say, I'll second.
meeting be adjourned at 6:20 PM.
Mr. Wolf.
Yes.
Mrs. Turner. Yes. Mr. Carpenter.
Yes.
Mr. Nauer.
Yes.
Mrs. Chapman. Yes. Mrs. Porter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Other than that,